Welcome into City of Angels, Conversations That Heal LA. Today, our intro is going to be a little different. So with that said, hit it.
We're Stefan and Suzanne, and
we're here with Jay Hype, who competed for Top Man on ABC's Boy Band. He makes music with his mouth from morning to night. The rumors are true, believe in the hype.
A beatboxer with skill
and looks that can kill, using tongue and breath. So young and blessed, this is Jay Hype.
That was such a legendary intro. That was so
This
ill.
is never happening again on this show.
Clearly, what do you mean? We're not rappers?
Not that this was Suzanne's idea.
Thank you. No, that's
Totally my idea.
That was so fun.
Well, we're
that
here.
Was so fun.
Yes.
Welcome.
Thank you.
We're so happy to have you.
Thank you.
So listen, we have to take people on a history lesson for a moment because some of you are new to Suzanne and I. This is actually a history moment of where it all started for us because we actually not only started hosting together, but we met. I remember walking in and being like, "Who is this hot woman with the really good makeup?" But
stop it more.
I met her hosting the after show for ABC's Boy Band, which is where we met today's guest. Beatboxer, rapper, artist, literally the most mature and incredible teenager we know, Jay Hype is here.
Yes.
Welcome.
Thank you so much. I'm so happy I'm here. It's so fun.
So I feel like we have to ask, I know you've been asked about it a lot, but the experience with Boy Band, what an incredible, opportunity for you.
Yeah, no, it was crazy. It's, easily like the best experience of my life. It gave me a platform that I can, work with, and it was amazing. And then of course I met y'all, so like, come on, it's great. It was great.
How do you look back on it? So you got asked about it a lot right afterwards, and now, I think it was just the 1 year anniversary.
It was on the 22nd,
a little while ago. So how do you feel now looking back on it? What do you think your biggest lessons or takeaways were from that experience?
Definitely just confidence, honestly, just like stage presence and learning how to, just work the stage a little better. And just like it's cool to be you, bro. Like you chilling, like it's cool. Definitely just a confidence thing. It definitely built that up for me. Just because, I wasn't a singer and they had me singing on a show. Like, you know what I mean? So it was like, definitely just kind of allowed me just to be like, step out your comfort zone. It's cool. Like, so yeah.
I have to say, first of all, for our viewers who don't know, he's 15.
Yes.
Like the stage presence that you had, and I feel like even more so now probably, is really amazing, especially for your age, especially being put into circumstances where, like you said, this isn't what you do every day. You weren't singing every day. But you are a beatboxer and you are a rapper. And you have music that's come out that I feel like is so good.
Thank you. No, I appreciate that.
After the show, did you work with somebody or was it just from like all the hard work?
I definitely got super inspired, especially because, I gained a really large following off of that show. Like, it was crazy. So I was like, I'm not just gonna like take pictures in my bathroom. Like, I gotta like do something. I was like, and rapping, music, it was like music was, number one for me. I just knew that I wanted to do something. So rapping was like the first thing. I got together with my cousin because I wasn't producing at the time. I got together with my cousin. He produced the beat for me, and then I did the song, I wrote it, and then did it, and then that was Nice to Meet You. I released that January 12th of this year. So I just kind of kept going. I just kind of followed through with it.
Tell us about your other two songs.
Yeah, so I released Undefeated May 25th. And that was my first single that was produced by me, written by me, recorded by me, like everything was done by me.
Which was so good. You saw my Instagram post. I'm not just hyping him up because he's a guest, no pun intended. It was so good.
Yeah, no, thank you. I appreciate that. Yeah, no, I definitely put a lot of work into it. And I was like, I'm mad proud of that song just because it was all me. Like, that's like, it's almost it's super humbling just to say like, like I totally did that. Like,
this is my track, right?
And it's great because I'm just gonna continue to do that and just keep on doing that.
So I have a question because you really are about the music.
Yeah.
You respect it. It's your world. It's the most important thing to you. I think so many people your age are like trying to be famous, trying to be influencers. Where did it come from for you? Because for you, it really is about, you love the music, you do it all day, you would do it for the rest of your life. Right. Where did that love of music and all of that start for you?
Really, I have an insane work ethic. Like, that's just like, I'm really driven and I'm really hungry. I know what I want, And so like that's definitely where it came from. And plus like love for music came from like being young, like moms and pops playing like music around the house, Nas and you know.
Wait,
Tribe
your mom
Called
and dad
Quest.
listen to Nas?
Oh yes. Well,
You have the coolest parents
Oh yeah, no,
ever.
my parents are pretty lit. Yeah, no, they're a bunch of G's. Let me tell you. Yeah, no. So I mean that's where the influence came from, but just in terms of like just keeping going and working every day, like I love the process as much as I love the result. You know what I mean? So it's like I just love doing what I do. So
I want to sit there for a moment because I think in so many people's pursuit of their goals and their ambitions and their dreams, they get tripped up because they do want the end result, but they don't
Wanna work for
love
it.
the process. Right. How did you learn to love the process? That's a very mature concept for you to grasp at 15. How did you learn to love and embrace the process?
I just have fun. It's like it's all I like. It's all I'm good at. So it's like I don't know. I wish I could give you like a super dope like philosophical answer.
A self-help answer.
Yeah, I just like it. It's fun. Like it's like sports. It's like it's
It's
just my
something you
sport.
do every day.
Yeah.
And like Malcolm Gladwell says, put in 10,000 hours. And
10,000
become an
hours,
expert.
absolutely. Yeah, 100%.
But that also, I would say, shows you're doing the right thing, right?
Yeah.
If you're doing something that's not your true passion, you're not going to like the process and you're not going to want to put in the hours.
Absolutely.
You're in your lane. You're doing the right thing for you.
Thank you. Yeah, for sure.
I love that.
And then
Thank
something
you.
else that you said that was really mature is that you would rather be influential and impactful rather than famous.
Oh yeah, I tweeted that. Yeah.
Yeah, what is
Oh,
that?
we follow
Yeah,
the
no,
tweet.
thank you. That's so
We
lit.
basically
You gotta
stalked
follow
never-
J Hype
Yo,
Official.
that never happened before. That was lit. Okay, for sure. Yeah, nah.
And what does that mean? to you?
Just because, just kind of like you said about the whole influencers thing, I feel like being an influencer is like the thing to do now. And I'm not calling anybody out specifically. This is just generalization. A lot of these people are famous, but they're really, you know, they don't have any sort of influence on what they're doing. They don't have a message. They don't have goals. They're just, you know, they're just like, all right, cool. And then they set their staple. Then they become models and they do great. And then they're great people, you know, awesome people. But basically what I meant by that was like, you know, I'd much rather like have an influence on like, you know, 10, 20 people than be famous for a couple million. You know what I mean? If I can motivate that kid to love the process as much as a result and continue with my day, then that's great. So that's kind of what I meant by that. It's way more important to be an influence than to be famous, for sure.
Who are the people that influence you or that you think in the rap industry right now who are making an impact? I know you tweet a lot about Kanye. And you tweet a lot, or I've noticed also J. Cole recently.
Yeah, J. Cole, yeah, for sure. Yeah, J. Cole is definitely a big one for me. And then, yeah, no, I'm just gonna stick with J. Cole on that one. Yeah, no, J. Cole is definitely one for me.
It's a safe answer.
Yeah, safe answer. Yeah, no. I love Kanye's music. We're gonna leave it at that.
Sure.
But yeah, nah, J. Cole is definitely one for me. He has a huge voice. T.I. is another one for me that's like really vocal and you know, just issues that's happening right now. And yeah, no, it's just I pull inspiration from everybody. Like I pull inspiration from my mom, from my peers around me, from my friends. It's just like, yeah. But as far as the rap industry, for sure, J. Cole is definitely like a big one for me. Yeah.
Is that the kind of music you'd like to be making, or I shouldn't say music, the messaging you'd like to be making?
Yeah, nah. What he does, he's really smart in the way he does it. He, you know, thinks of the message he wants to use and then literally raps about that in every song, but in like some weird subliminal way. So it's like, cause like this last album he dropped, it was called KOD, right? And that whole album is about trying to get kids to stop doing drugs. That's the whole thing. And you know, ATM is one of them where it's like, count it up, count it up, count it up, count it. Can't take it when you die, but you can't live without it. It's like, that's such a hype song, but what he just said, you can't have it when you die, but you can't live without it. Like, it's like, you know what I'm saying? It's so subliminal in how he works with that. So I think that's definitely like something I want to try to do. It's like put it on an album and be like, yo, be yourself, but don't say be yourself in every song. You know what I mean? Just
Yeah.
Right.
definitely. I definitely respect the way he conveys a message for sure. Yeah, nah, that's lit. That's crazy.
So we're going to continue with our questions, but I also want to bring into the discussion. We got a record number. You have amazing fans. We know this. We got a record number of viewer questions and
No
fan
way.
messages in preparation for this episode. So we have a ton, and I'm going to call out names. Some of you have usernames with all sorts of numbers and things, and I just can't. I'm going to mess them up on
That's
air. But
so cool.
we got a lot of names. So I, you know, we know that we can't do the show without our viewers. You can't do what you do without the fans. So we
Absolutely
always
not.
really want to put them at the center of of the
100%.
conversation.
I love that.
So I think we already answered one person's question of who is your biggest inspiration in music. Anyone you want to add to the list? I guess we got the big
like,
ones.
all the old hip hop, like Nas, Tribe, Method Man, Black Thought, Mobb Deep, like just a whole bunch of different people when it comes to music. But then there's like other people like now, like Kendrick and J. Cole. J.I.D. is another one. A cat that's popping right now, he's not like super big, but he's popping right now. His name is YBN Cordae. He's like what I'm trying to do. Like he's crazy. So I pull inspiration from everywhere though. Yeah.
Cool. Okay, we have somebody else, and this is kind of to switch gears a little bit, but Emily, wherever you are.
Emily, what's
she
up?
wants to
This was a very asked question for all the Emilys and all the others in the world, but a lot of people ask this.
What do you look for in a girl?
Someone that's just super honest and like genuine, short.
Short?
Yeah, short.
I love that you said that because so many people say tall and down for the short people.
I mean, tall women are great. Like, I'm not gonna say tall women aren't great, but
well, every once in a while we can stand up for the short people.
We all have preferences. I think that's great.
Just good style is also super important. Music taste is number one for me. I could be talking to some gorgeous girl. She'd be like, okay, she's great at texting. Like, she emoji game is strong, GIF game is strong. Like, she's cool.
These are the important things.
Like, she's funny. You know what I'm saying? Like, and then she hits me with a music taste. I'm like, all right, never mind.
What would be bad?
That's what I had to know. What would she hit you with that would be a deal breaker?
It's not even
chain smokers.
No. Chain smokers are dope. No, I love everybody, but it's like it's more like if she doesn't know who like Nas is, it's like
that's a yellow flag.
All right.
That sounds like a red.
Hey, Ma, can you pick me up? Like, what's going on? Like, I can't mess with that. You know what I'm saying? Like, I need some sort of flavor. You know what I mean?
Somebody asked an interesting question. This is from Brianna. Thank you, Brianna. Would you ever collab with a fan? Which I think is interesting because we also got asked, would you ever date a fan? I want to know that too.
Right.
But would you ever collab? Oh, Rachel said, would you collab with a fan? That's an interesting question.
Okay, yeah, for sure. I already am, low key. I don't want to put it out because it's like her song, but I'm producing a song for a fan. And it's like,
oh, cool.
The whole thing. Yeah, it's great. And
I love that.
Yeah, isn't it cool? I'm so happy about that. So she was a fan of the show. I met her through boy band, and then she's like super talented, and I just saw a whole lot of potential, so I want to be a part of it.
So you're gonna produce it?
Yeah. Like do the beat for it, yeah.
Which I love two things. I love that you're owning the producer stuff. And I also love, I think it's so important in life to know that some opportunities are not permanent.
Right.
But they're still such a gift, and you're going to get what you need from them, and it's going to propel you forward.
Oh, 100%.
And I think it's so cool because we're literally all here. Us hosting the show, us knowing you, you collabing with the fan. We're literally all here because of the show.
Yeah.
And so obviously the show's not on the air anymore. We're here 1 year later. But how cool that it brought so many people together. And that is really how life works.
It was definitely a great platform. Like it was amazing. Yeah.
So look out for the fan collab.
Look out for that. Yes.
Is there a name or any?
Oh no, I don't want to drop that just yet.
Okay.
Sure. That's enough of a tease. I feel like this is great gossip.
Yeah, come on. Yeah. I don't want to give too much. Yeah.
Okay, so Emily, another Emily, wants to know what motivates you to keep writing songs?
Fantastic question. Me and Mom talk about this a lot just because, like especially at my age, like being young, I don't have a lot of life experience, especially also being homeschooled. Like I literally chill at home and make music. Like, so, it's not like I did some crazy stuff like a year ago. You know what I mean? It's like, so I pull a lot of inspiration from what's going on around me, especially in the world, with the whole, whether it be politics, whether it be this, whether it be that, I write a lot about what's going on in the world. I write a lot about just like, even like motivational stuff. Yeah, this next song I'm dropping in August. Like that's the plan at least. And, like these last 3 songs, I'm just talking about like, hyping myself up. Like the first one was like, all right, I'm here. Second one was like, all right, turn up summer song. This one was like, I'm feeling myself just like that. You know what I mean? So it's like, now this one, I want to like speak like substance. You know what I mean? So it's like, no, that's a great question though. I just kind of pull whatever's around me for sure. Yeah.
How do you like being homeschooled? Because this is like a year that you've been doing this, right?
Yeah, it's such a good move. I suggest it for everybody. Well, I don't suggest it for everybody. I suggest it for anybody who's working, who's busy, who's like got something going on. Like I would not suggest being homeschooled if you don't got nothing going on.
Yeah, right. Well, I would imagine you have to be accountable for your time and
Yeah.
responsible for what you do with your time.
Yeah.
You have a good work ethic, as
Yeah.
you mentioned, so you're going to make the most of that time.
Right.
Some people could take that and just throw away the time.
Yeah,
So it
absolutely.
may not work out for them, but
Right.
you're really making the most of your time,
Yeah,
your
absolutely.
season, your...
Do you miss the social aspect of things?
No, I don't have a lot of friends. Like, I keep my circle really tight, and that's really great because all my friends are, I mean, I'm not gonna say that. I know a lot of people, I'm really cool with a lot of people, I have a lot of great people in my life, but like my real friends that I text every day, that I FaceTime here and there, like I got a couple of those, and yeah, those couple people are like all I need, so.
But I love it because you're that focused.
Oh yeah.
You have to sacrifice
Yeah,
things.
and plus I also, like, I totally believe that you're a product of your environment too, so it's like, I feel like being in school would totally not be cool for me just because a lot of the kids are not focused, they're not driven, they're doing stuff they're not supposed to, you know what I'm saying? Like a whole, you know, just teenager stuff. And I don't need that.
You
know
got to
what I mean?
have people around you that match where you're trying to go.
Yeah, that's why I have
And
a lot
you
of
do.
friends in the industry. It's like a lot of singers, you know, I got friends that are dancers, writers, a whole bunch of different people, just because, like, you know, that's also more inspiration. I pull a lot of inspiration from them. So it's like, yeah, I keep my circle really
And
tight.
if you become the average of the 5 people that are closest to you,
Mm-hmm.
if everybody's going somewhere and they've got dreams and they've got vision that they're actively pursuing, you're going to show up.
Mm-hmm.
If everybody around you is indifferent, you end up indifferent.
Right,
So
yeah, yeah.
I think that's really
100%, yeah.
Okay. By the way, your fans clearly want substance because
You're
we
right.
got some deep
I
questions.
love this. No, this is great. Shout out. Yeah,
so
that's
Matrella
great.
asked, what is the best piece of advice you've ever been given?
That's solid. Wow.
Right? Oprah level questions here from the fans.
One for you. Best piece of advice. A lot of advice I took to heart was on boy band for sure, because that was a really hard time for me, believe it or not. Like, super hard for me to like come out of my shell and do what I do. Man, best piece of advice was definitely not to be timid and to always stay yourself, for sure. I had a really good conversation with Tim Davis one day. We were doing the background vocal for the track for That's What I Like. And we were talking, and he was like, you know, you always gotta be yourself. And I tell this to everybody now because it's so true. It's like, you always gotta be yourself, you know what I'm saying? If you blow up, right, and you find yourself, or like you identify yourself with the money, the, you know, the women, the, you know, the posse, the entourage, the fans, you know, when that dies off, because realistically, like, I'm not gonna be around when I'm 80 years old. So it's like, you know, it's facts. It's just so, you know, you just can't lose yourself in that. You always gotta stay true and stay grounded. So that's definitely some of the best advice I've ever gotten, just to not be
Shout
timid and be
out
yourself.
to Tim Davis.
Tim Davis
We
is
love
an
you.
We
amazing
love.
person. Yes,
Everybody
amazing
on this
person.
couch loves Tim
I
Davis.
know, we
Yes.
can't say enough good things about him.
He's great, yeah.
Good advice.
That is really
Great
good
advice,
Thank
yes.
you, Tim.
And I
Thank
give
you
that
for
advice to
sharing that.
everybody. Yeah, I give that advice to
And
everybody.
you're 15 giving this advice. I still can't get over it. So Matrella also wanted to know,
Okay.
what is your creative process for writing? We know we talked a little bit about your
Awesome
inspiration.
question.
I
Yeah.
know. She came
She's-
through.
I love this. Yeah, no, y'all lit. So I got my home studio in my house, which is super cool. Like, we just moved into a new crib, and mom and dad let me take the office over to use my studio. So
That's
shout out.
sweet.
Shout out.
Yeah, shout out.
Mama Hype is here in studio. I know you can't see her on camera.
Yeah, no, she's
Check
definitely
the
here.
Insta stories
She's
for the
definitely here.
backstage because
Yeah,
she's here.
she's great. But anyway, yeah, so I sit in the studio, you know what I'm saying? I have all my lights set up the way I like, you know, I light an incense, Nag Champa,
What is it?
Nag Champa, to be
Okay.
exact.
I love some
And
good
then,
incense. Send me a link to where you get.
100%.
I need the recommendation.
100%. And then I usually drink some ginger ale, and then I like close all my doors, blast some music, and I'm just sitting there. It's really weird with my writing process though. Like, I'll usually have a beat that I have in mind, and then I'll like go back and forth and back and forth. So if I like first 4 bars, and then like I'm going to the next like 4 or whatever, I go back to the first 4, so I like say it out loud as I'm going. So it helps me memorize it too. So it's like,
Do you record all of that, I'm assuming?
no, not on the spot. I record it after I memorize the whole song.
Really?
Yeah, because when you do that, this is like super life hack. When you do that, when you memorize all your music before you record it, You sound a lot more confident. It doesn't sound like you're reading it, because you can be like, you quite the actor, you hit me up after laughter, you preaching, or you can be like, you quite the actor, you hit me up after laughter, you preaching, you it's like you can, it just minute like differences. It's like, you just gotta be,
So like our
I definitely know.
Have you always known that, or was there a moment that you figured that out?
I don't even know. I just kind of always did it that way. It just made sense to me.
That's so
Is
interesting.
that the norm? Is that industry standard?
That's what I was wondering.
have
Do
no
you
idea.
think all rappers do that? You don't know.
That'd
You're
be
in your
smart.
lane. You don't care what
that
they're
would
doing.
be smart if they did. I couldn't tell
Maybe
you.
you're dropping some knowledge on people.
Maybe, hey.
Here's a good viewer question. What is the proudest moment of your career and journey so far?
Getting eliminated off boy band.
That's your most proud.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay.
Because I made it top 10. I was not a singer, and I was the youngest on the show.
Amen.
I had all odds against me, and I made it top 10. Like, I don't care. Like that was super like, whoa, I totally just did that. It was like, at first it was like, oh man, I got eliminated. Like, and then like an hour later I was like, oh my God, that totally just happened. Like, I just did all that like myself. Like, so yeah.
What a beautiful thing. And I feel like that's such a great life lesson, that it's all perspective.
Oh, 100%. Yeah.
You made it that far that wasn't even your strong suit. And look at what you did, and what a beautiful gift and opportunity.
Yeah.
Amen to that.
Well, and I know this about you, and I'm sitting here thinking about Mama Hype and your dad, who's wonderful.
Yeah, shout out.
I know all of you, when that happened, viewed it as a beginning, not an
yeah.
ending. And
Yeah,
that
for
is like,
sure.
again, that's everything in life is, okay, this was a moment, it wasn't permanent, but now this is a starting point, and here we go.
Right.
And you have not slowed down ever since.
Right. Yeah, nah.
So,
Where do you see yourself in 10 years?
I see myself being like one of the biggest artists, totally. Like, and I think it's gonna happen that way. I think
you're on
if I'm being
track.
honest, I know it's gonna happen that way, just because I'm working for it. I know what I want. I'm driven. Like, I'm so dedicated. Like, yeah, no, that's what's gonna happen.
I feel like you're like a triple threat. You produce your own stuff. You're a beatboxer. You're a rapper.
Yeah, I'll take that triple threat.
And we'll maybe say, is there whatever quadruple threat? But aren't you now a model? Did you just
yes, that
sign
did
with
happen.
them?
Yeah.
Tell us about that.
Yeah, I kind of forgot that. Yes, that did happen. Yeah, so I signed to I'm signed with Major Models New York.
They're big. That's great.
Yeah, so yeah, that was super cool. It just kind of happened.
How did that happen? Did they
How did that-
contact?
Oh no, I know what happened. Okay, so Drew Ramos, he was on the show.
Right.
Really good friend. He hit up my mom on her birthday, was like, hey, happy birthday. And then he was like, look, my friend wants to talk to Jay, like link this up for me. So then they started talking, and her mom was like CEO of the whole thing.
Oh,
and was like, yo,
wow.
we want to sign him. And now I'm the youngest on the agency, or in the agency.
Congratulations.
Thank you so much. Yeah.
People call you a young Leonardo DiCaprio.
Yeah.
I can't think of a bigger compliment.
Thank you. Yeah, no, it's a huge compliment. Yeah, no, I love that. Yeah, shout out young Leo, man.
Right. Well, and I do want to say this. I love that you're saying, if I'm being honest, I really do know where I'm going to end up.
Yeah.
Because I always kind of laugh and eye roll when people are like, I never saw any of this coming. And I heard,
right.
I never forgot this. I heard Cameron Diaz one time say, nobody who made it didn't at least have a moment where something happened and they decided to run with it. She was
Yeah.
like, fame isn't happening by
Facts.
accident. Hollywood's not happening by accident. Career success isn't happening. So I love
Facts.
that you're owning it and like, I know what we're doing. I know what the vision is.
Yeah.
It's happening. As we like to say, we'll see you at the Grammys.
Yes, thank you.
But we
Wow.
have our rapid fire questions to wrap up with that we
do it.
love to end with.
Yes.
I'm ready.
So here we go.
Okay, so the song on your playlist right now.
I have like 200 song playlist.
What's the last song you downloaded?
Last song I downloaded was Santeria by Pusha T.
Pusha T.
I love that he has so many options. Some of our guests are like, oh God, what's on the radio? You have so many to choose
Yeah,
from.
no, I'm going crazy. Yeah.
Best book you've read?
Law of Attraction by Michael Lozier.
That is a good one. That's like a
Yeah.
real like personal growth book.
Michael Lozier? Lozier, right? Yeah.
I know the book, yeah.
Yeah.
Good rap.
What is your favorite podcast? Are you listening to podcasts?
I don't really listen to podcasts.
But if you're
okay.
reading Law of Attraction, we're doing great.
Yes, okay, yeah, no, okay, yeah.
Okay,
Little slide.
I'll extend this one to Vegas because I know you're based out of Vegas. Favorite hangout spot in LA or Vegas or anywhere that you can share?
My house. for sure. My house.
That's actually
In my
real
studio.
for your life. That's true.
In my
the
studio. Yeah.
That's
Plus,
so
Vegas
cool.
gets so hot. I hate going outside. I hate going outside. It's my least favorite thing. You think like being a Vegas
how much
baby?
is it? What temperature is it right now?
Right now, it's got to be in the hundreds for sure.
Ugh.
Like well over. Like
You literally walk out and you're melting.
yes, it's
Mama
terrible.
Hype confirms. Are
And,
we
like,
talking
I'm a-
107, 117?
Terrible.
It's bad.
Yeah, no, it's terrible. And it's funny because I'm like a Vegas baby and I wear long sleeves year round. You
was
think
gonna
I'd
say
be
you're in all
like,
black.
you think I'd be living in tank tops and short? Nah, I wear long sleeves year round. It's hilarious. Yeah, it's
funny.
terrible.
Got to take care of that milky skin,
Yes,
right?
yes.
So one of our questions, fan asked, the thing you're most proud of.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll skip that and ask our favorite question that we like to ask every guest that comes on. If you had 30 seconds to give one message to the world, what would your message be?
To not be afraid to be yourself, to always stay true to yourself, and yeah, just you're dope. You're ill. You're ill, yo. You watching this? You ill. Like, just stick with that. Just keep doing you. For sure.
So good.
So
we
good.
love Jay. We love his family. We respect him, his music, his career so much. As he revealed, there is music coming. So if you're watching this around the time of the recording, music coming in August.
Yes.
Regardless, look up Jay Hype on iTunes, Apple Music, Spotify, wherever you look up
Everywhere.
music. But yeah, we're gonna have him beatbox us
This
out,
out.
and we will see you guys next time for an episode of City of Angels. Let's end with some beatboxing today.
Better than our rap.
Better than our rap.
City Angels.